Hope everybody's doing well. Having a great week so far. Well, we got a nicer day out here today. It's actually 54 degrees. The sun's out. Let me get something done here today. It's not gonna be a whole lot in this video. I'm just going to we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this Toro snowblower I have. It's just a little 2-cycle single stage snowblower. I used it over the winter. I was actually pretty impressed for it being little like it is, a little 2-cycle. These things actually have some potential. They do good. I don't believe this thing actually performed at its best because of the fact that the paddle and the scraper board is worn out. So we're gonna take a look at it. Give me a second here until we put it up. So here it is. Like I said, just a little 2-cycle Toro single stage snowblower. It has the paddle type auger on it. It doesn't have an auger. It has paddles. And like I said, the scraper board is pretty chewed up on it. So in this video, we're gonna take a look and see what we're gonna need to replace before next winter, so it's ready to chew up the snow next year. Just give me a minute. I'm going to get this set up so we can take a look at it. So like I said, I don't have the parts yet to fix it. Just taking a look at it today, and gonna get a little list together on what I'm gonna need to get it ready. So as I was saying, I'm gonna take a look back over here. As I was saying, the paddles are very worn, very wore out. They're starting to even like tear up. You can see over here, this side. You can see them starting to come apart. They're starting to get pretty bad. So yeah, they're due for replacement. I don't know if I should replace the whole mechanism in there, because it's looking pretty rusty, and I mean, I guess it's still solid, so I guess we don't really need to. I really don't need to do all that. But I wanted to show you that scraper bar too. I didn't do that. Let's take a look at that too. The scraper bar underneath. So as you can see, that's completely shot. There's nothing left of that. So I'm gonna need a new one of those. Also, looking at the chute here, the chute really there's nothing wrong with. I know this knob here. There's a little knob right here. If I could point at it for you, right here. I had to get that on the C's. It was like it has a, can't think of the name of the bolt. It has a bolt on the inside. It has a head to it. I can't think of what it's called right now. I'm drawing a blank with that. But it doesn't have no way to use anything to put on it. So I had to put a pair of vice grips on the inside and use channel locks to turn this knob to get it free, because it was so seized up I couldn't move it. But I mean, all in all, it's not in too bad a shape. Like I said, I'm still using the parts that were on it when I bought it, so it's still needs a little bit of work. But to be totally honest with you, I used it over this past winter, and it was a pretty good snowblower. It was impressive, what it was able to do. The snow it was able to clear. So now we're gonna take the cover off of it and take a look at the belt. See what the belt looks like. Inspect it. See if it needs changed or not. If it's in good shape, I'm just gonna let it go. But let's take a look here. Okay, we're gonna start by removing these bolts. One here, one here, one here, and one here. To take this cover off to get to the belt. So, gonna go into that. These little multi-tool screwdrivers, I'm sure you've seen them before. These are nice. These are really handy. So multi-tool. it's pretty nice. Works out good for me. Made by Milwaukee. It's good. I don't have a whole lot of name brand tools, but I have some. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Just take this cover off and take a look at this belt. I think it's going to be fine. I wouldn't see why not, but you never know. Walk in front of the camera a bit. This last one out down here at the bottom. And then we're going to have one more up here, but it's a different size, so I'm actually going to have to grab a wrench. Also. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got the tools I need to get this last bolt out. I don't know if you guys can see that. It seems like it's hard to see that because it's being so dark colored. It's kind of hard to see with the camera. But I'm going to need a wrench and this nut driver again to take this last one out. This one has a nut on the back of it. I'm going to get these ready. This is probably going to fall off here because I'm using both of my hands to take this bolt out, so the cover is probably going to fall. So I'm just letting you know that's probably going to happen. And there goes my bolt. Or my nut, the nut. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to spin that back on there so I don't lose that. Okay. Should be able to remove this cover now. There we are. Wow, that looks a little rough. A little banged up. As you can see there, it's definitely going to need some work done to it. What scares me is being that this is all bent up like that, and this is like this. I'm afraid water is going to get in behind here and cause this belt to keep slipping. Let's just check the status of the belt overall. So this is the tensioner, I believe. Yeah, there's the tensioner. I don't want to get my hands or my fingers caught in there, but I'm trying to do this without pinching my fingers. Okay, got it off the tensioner. Oh boy, this belt doesn't look the best. I'm gonna walk that off there. Walk that belt right off there. So let's have a look at it. Well, I'll tell you what, I think I'm gonna put a new belt on it. I see a split. We got a split there. Let's see. It's kind of starting to get a little rough on the edges here. Looks like. So yeah, I think I'm gonna need a belt for it this year. Yeah, before next snow season, next winter. Well, that's what this is all about. This is what I'm taking it apart for, to check these things out. So, yeah, gonna have to put a new belt on it. Oh my, I can't remember how this belt goes back on here now. Just give me a second, guys. I need to figure out how this goes back on. I forget how the belt went back on it. Okay, guys, I was having a little trouble figuring out how that belt went back on, how it was routed around there. It was pretty easy after I figured it out. No big deal. We got her back on there. We're gonna put this back on here and take a look, or actually, I meant to say we're going to put this cover back on, and we're actually going to take it down and start it, make sure it still runs. Haven't ran it since, it should run. It's only been maybe a month, but anyhow, I'm going to take this back down from here, and I'll bring these guys right back, and we're going to fire this thing up. So before I put that cover back on there, I'm going to show you a little closer up the damage on this. I'm going to have to try to fix. So you can see here, right where this hole is, there's a crack in the plastic. And then, like I said, let's go over here and look at this cover again. It's looking pretty rough too. I'll flip it over here. Sorry guys, I have the camera all over the place. But as you can see, it's not looking real healthy. It's all banged up around here. And down here's where that lower screw would go in. And it's definitely going to leave a gap in there. I'll show you guys once I put it back, get the cover back, and put this cover back on. You'll be able to see the gap. Okay, let's put this cover back on. So, it's got a lock up there in the front. It'll pop back out on me. It's got a lock around that front piece. Okay, there we go. It's starting to fit back together, right? Okay. And we're going to start these bolts in so this doesn't move up here. Pull that out, make sure that goes back up to where it's supposed to be. And put this one in. Get this one started. Get this one started. Sorry, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright. And then get this bolt here. And it goes on the bottom side here. So let's semi-tighten those up. We're not going to tighten them down the whole way because still got to get this bolt in here in the front. And if you tighten these ones up, it kind of draws that out. So it's going to tighten them up enough that they don't come off. They don't come back out there for right now. Okay, now let's put this one back in. This bolt. This little tiny guy here. And that goes through there. Yeah, on the other side here, it's almost, I'll show you guys. But on the other side here, where this bolt goes through through the metal into the plastic, it's almost cracked the whole way through. Almost where it's going to soon just slide right around the bolt. I'm going to have to do something about that. I do have a plastic welder. I don't know if I'm any good with it yet because I haven't used it yet, but I do have one. So this will be a chance to try it out. Okay, once I get this one tightened up, the rest of them I know will be fine. I don't want to get it too tight because it's in on that plastic. It's kind of messed up back there. And we'll finish tightening these ones down. Right, that's the side I needed. Okay, let's tighten this one up the rest of the way. Tighten this one up the rest of the way. Just getting this thing ready for summer here. Actually, I need to get the gas drained out of it. That seems like that bolt is stripped. Yeah, the previous owner must have been using a impact on that. That plastic's messed up. Okay, I'm gonna slide this back a little bit so I can bring these in here and show you how this is messed up. Okay guys, this is what I wanted to show you. Where this bolt comes through here, that plastic is cracked down around the back of there. So I have a feeling if it cracks any more, that this bolt it's just going to be able to slide right out, walk right out of there, and then the front of this panel is going to be loose. And if you can see up underneath there, I don't know, I'm just kind of guessing where I'm at. You can see that there's a big gap right here from everything being all messed up. So I'm going to have to do something with that, because I'm worried about when this is plunging into the snow, we're going to get snow up in here and cause moisture and end up making that belt jump off. So that's my concern with that. I just seen that. Definitely gonna have to do something about that. But like I said, I'm gonna go over some different things like the panels. I want to fix this up for sure. Try to use my plastic welder and maybe do that plastic on the back there. And then I just want to take this whole panel, sand it down, and paint it up, make it look better. But, okay, we're going to take this back down here and we're going to fire it up. So, once I got it down from there and set it back on the ground, I went to put the key in it, and I looked, and now I seen there's another problem. It's going to need a primer bulb. I just seen, it wasn't, I don't know when it happened, because just this past winter I was using it, and the primer bulb was fine, but somewhere along the line it got a crack in it. So I'm gonna have to get a primer bulb for it as well. Okay guys, let's get this thing started up. See how she runs. So I'm gonna turn the key on, go full choke. I'm gonna try to prime it. I don't think this is gonna work, being that it's cracked like it is, but we're gonna give it a try. Nope. Gonna have to give it a little help, guys. Okay, so with the primer bulb being cracked and being damaged the way it is, I'm gonna have to use some starting fluid to get it started, because I can't prime it. So I'm gonna give it a little shot of starting fluid, and then we should be all right. Okay, I always tilt this up and just gonna shoot it in like this. A nice little shot. Kind of leave it get into the carburetor a little bit. And now let's see if it'll start. So keys on, choke's on. You know what I did wrong? I had the choke on while I was spraying the starter fluid in. I guess that's not going to work so well, huh? So let's do this again. Okay. Well, that should work now, as long as I didn't overdo it with the spray there. But it's a pretty warm day. Shouldn't need choke for too long. Try a half choke here. Wow. That flooded out. It's really loud, but now it's started, as you can hear. I'm gonna let it run out of gas. So what had happened is the reason it wouldn't start whenever I first tried there, the spark plug boot was loose. So it was obviously not getting a good spark because of the spark plug boot being loose. That must have vibrated loose or something too. I don't know how that happened, but It started up. I couldn't believe it. That thing almost ran for 10 minutes before it ran out. It ran itself out of gas, and it wasn't even at a full tank. But okay, we got the tank out of gas. Now I'm gonna get the rest of the gas out of the cart. Okay, the way I do this, I tilt it up like this on its face, and then remove this cover, and you're right at the carb then. So I'm gonna take these few screws out and get this bottom cover off. Now this one here is all messed up. This screw is. It doesn't go in right. It doesn't want to come out right ever. Just gotta watch because this thing's mighty hot. It was just running for 10 minutes, so a little bit warm. I always have trouble with this screw. I mean, I guess it would help if I took this one out too, though. That's also holding it on there. So I take that one out. Then we got one on that side. Or yeah, two on that side. This one and that one. And this cover should drop off then. Sorry guys, I'm in the way. You can't see what's going on. Yeah, that heat shield there is definitely hot. I don't want to touch it. I probably should have left it cool down a couple of minutes before I started doing this, but I guess as long as you be careful, it'll be alright. Kind of have to pull out on this as you turn the screw up. This one's messed up. It has clip type things that goes into these inserts. And as you can see, this one's all wobbly. But get that cover off there. So down, whatever it wants to do there. And then just grab a wrench or grab a ratchet, take his float bowl off, and empty the gas from there. And then it's summarized as far as I'm going to go with it here. Like I said, I might dig it back out once I get those parts and put the paddles and the scraper bar on it, and then put it back in the shed until winter. Okay, take the bull nut off, loosen the bull nut, get this carburetor pull off. Now I'm going to make a mess here. Gas, but I'll clean it up afterwards here. Yeah, big deal. Move this back a little bit towards me. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. Seen it coming. Well, try to show you here. We do got some debris in there. Not nothing real major, but we do got some debris in that float, in the float bowl. But it ain't nothing real terrible. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go dump this in a container. Okay, guys. Got the bowl all emptied out. It's pretty clean. Put back on there a little bit of dog fur for my dog. That fur gets on everything, and I mean everything. Everything you've on, everything around has a fur on it. But I love him to death. He's a good boy. So I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall this float bowl. hope that's gonna make it tight still. I might end up actually needing a bowl gasket, tip a float bowl gasket for this the way it's looking. Ah, there we go. Now that I'm tightening up the bowl nut, it's sealing up. I was getting worried for a minute there. I thought I was gonna need another gasket for the float bowl, which I might actually redo this carburetor, rebuild it, so I'm going to end up getting a kit with a new gasket anyhow, so that's fine. I'm not going to be running it until winter anyhow. I'll have it ready for winter, but you know what I mean. So, alright, I'm going to put this cover back on, and that's about all I'm going to do with it for today. But yeah, let's get this cover back on here. So, get that down in them grooves. Make sure, well, gotta make sure your choke handle comes through. Get down in them grooves. That goes on the inside. Inside. Okay. Good to go. Put this. I lost it. Just put these screws back in here. It missed. You know what? That actually doesn't go all the way through there anyhow. This helps keep snug it in. Should have just left it. It was starting. Alright. Get the driver here and start tightening this. I know you can't really see what I'm doing from over this side, but just putting that bolt back in there. It slipped back out of there. Well, this bolt will hold it. Alright. Put this one over this side. Two more to go. Now I got another one of these. It's the Toro S620. It's an older one, and actually, I got to put a diaphragm in that one. The diaphragm's no good, so if I'm going to do a diaphragm, I'm just going to replace the parts in the carburetor right along with the diaphragm. I'm just going to redo it all. But yeah, all in all though, with these little two-stroke snowblowers, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed with what they can do, you know what I mean? And for being a two-stroke little single-stage snowblower, it's pretty impressive. But now the two-stager I just got, that I showed you in one of the previous videos that we talked about. Now I like that one better. I mean, it's for heavier snow and things. This one here doesn't do too bad, but when the snow gets real wet and heavy, it bogs it down a little bit. But it's a smaller engine. You got a four-stroke engine, you got a two-stroke engine. I mean, that's the difference. But alright, I'm going to set this back down. Alright, and there it is. It's all back together, back on the ground. So did what I'm going to do with it for today. But, you know, it got me a head start. Got this one done. This one's ready for winter, or for summer. I keep saying winter, for summer. Got this one all ready to go, and this one will be next. This is the one I got to take apart the carburetor on too, and check it out and see why it has that surging problem from the other video I was talking about, or showed you. Alright guys, well that's all for this one. Just wanted to, give you a little rundown on what I need to get for this snowblower and how the parts looked on it. Got some pretty rough looking things on it. I thought the belt was going to be okay, but it's rough, so I'm going to get a new one of those too, along with the paddles and the scraper bar. But yeah, just some minor fixes, nothing major, nothing's going to be too hard, I don't think. But alright guys, hope to see you on the next one. Backwoods out.